what I tried to say today, because all of the challenges that the sector is facing, we cannot continue work business as usual. So we need to transform the sector. We need to make the sector more efficient, more sustainable, more inclusive, and more resilient. And the first thing we have to also acknowledge is that the livestock sector provides multiple services and has multiple roles in addition to producing nutritive animal source food. The livestock sector is very important for small-scale producers. Is important for food security and nutrition and healthy diet, as we recently published by FAO. The livestock sector is part of the solution of the climate solution. We know that is responsible for the emission, consumes lots of land, is responsible for the consumption of cereals that is used by human. 1/3 of the cereals is used by the livestock sector. So all this we know that, and we know that the livestock sector is also responsible for many zoonotic diseases, and actually 70% of the diseases that affect a human, or the pathogens that affect a human, have origin in livestock. For this reason, we need to change. We need to work differently, and we need to work towards more efficient livestock systems. We need to improve the access of the small-scale producers to natural resources, productive resources, and market. We need to implement the One Health approach to reduce the burden of animal diseases and the burden of diseases not only for the human, but also for the animals and for the environment. So all this we know that we have to do. We know the solutions, and we know that the livestock sector is part of the solution. And this is what I tried to explain today. I raised this question because there is lots of criticisms of livestock sector in the media, and we see this every day. And people, even in this part of the world, there is lots of people saying we are eating too much meat, we are drinking too much milk, we are eating too much eggs. So I just wanted to put that into the context. Recall how that all our diet is plant-based diet, and animal source food only contribute to a small part of that. But the problem, what also I wanted to show today, is that the consumption of animal source food vary widely between regions. There are regions that they consume lots of animal source food, and there are regions they consume very, very little. And this affects their health, affect their capacities, and even affect the development of the country as a whole. So I wanted to show the regional differences, and there is no one solution that fits all. What is true in Europe, what is true in North America, is not necessarily true in other regions of the world where people consume much less animal source food. And I showed the examples of the hunger index. I showed the example of the stunting that are very high in countries that do not consume enough animal source food.